Instead of it taking up the entire wall, I sort of just want it in this section. We're gonna see how that looks. So the first thing I did was lay all of my pieces of wood on the floor in my apartment. I had did this at the store already, but I wanted to recreate it inside of my apartment just to make sure that everything was looking the way that I wanted it to look. This horizontal piece right here is what I'm going to screw the vertical pieces into, so I don't have to put a bunch of holes inside of my wall. And I put one at the top as well. The benefit of doing this at the store was I could have my pieces of wood cut more if I needed them. This horizontal piece right here was cut in a way where all of the vertical pieces would fit on it perfectly. So I know that right now my pieces are spread out more than I actually want them to be. And I'm gonna scoot them together. I'm gonna scoot them together later in the video. So now I'm preparing to sand this wood. I really didn't want to sand this wood inside of my apartment, and I also don't recommend it, but I was gonna sand it on my balcony, and that day I had discovered a huge wasp's nest on my balcony. So yeah, I definitely had to sand these inside of my apartment. But that's the whole reason for the blanket being on the floor, so it didn't get caught in my carpet. If you have it, I would recommend some eyewear because the dust or whatever you want to call it was definitely getting in my eyes and it was pretty annoying. So if you have some kind of protective eyewear, this is mine. I definitely recommend wearing that. This part was pretty tedious, but I prefer to sand my wood to prevent splinters and cuts and whatnot as much as possible. Now I'm arranging my pieces in order to get the desired look that I want. I made sure to lay my wood face down because I wanted that horizontal piece behind all of the pieces of wood. I played around with a couple different arrangements until I got the look that I wanted. These are the screws that I used. And I'm using this little piece of scrap wood as a spacer between each piece of wood. To screw them together, I laid the horizontal piece down on top of the vertical pieces and I pre-drilled a hole, then screwed them together using my screws, obviously. I would recommend getting longer screws because these were shorter than I wanted, but I didn't realize until I started the project. So I would say like 2 or 3 inch screws would be better. A longer screw would make it more sturdy. The point of the piece of wood on the bottom is to make sure everything is leveled. After using the drill to screw all the screws in, I went back in with my screwdriver to tighten everything up. I repeated the same steps for the second horizontal piece. And this is how it looks. Once again, this is the section that I wanted in, so now I'm just gonna clear the area so I can actually put the thing up.
Oops.
And that's it. Cute, right? I know. Instead of bolting it to the wall, I decided to just let it rest on the wall. I kind of like the look of that. I like this project because you can dress it up more if you want. You could put a mirror on it, you can paint it, you could put like a plant garland around it or something like that. But yeah, super simple and super easy. Thanks for watching.